Kapri Bibbs is a former NFL running back who spent 6 years playing for teams like the Denver Broncos, San Francisco 49ers, Washington Redskins, and the Green Bay Packers. Kapri eventually went on to win Super Bowl 50 with the Denver Broncos in 2016. Originally from Harvey, Illinois, he moved to Plainfield, Illinois for better opportunities and attended Plainfield North High School, where he was a star athlete, dominating the football field and breaking records. Kapri went on to play football at Colorado State University before being drafted into the NFL. But Kapri isn't just a talented athlete, he's also a talented rapper who raps under the name Just Kapri. He's released hit songs like Do It All, Fast Forward, and his latest song, Vivid, which are gaining a lot of attention on social media.
I'm young, I don't walk to it, I run. My hustle match where I'm from. I'm street smart, you dumb. These weak niggas, I'm done. Please don't try to act stun. I'm a king to all of you pawns. I came from the hood, I seen it all. Moves to the burbs, I got it all. Give me the ball, I get it all. Pass me the rock, I get it all. Gang, I do it all. I do it all.
Kapri is currently working with some heavy hitters in the industry, and it will not be long before his music is everywhere. On top of being an athlete and rapper, Kapri is also running his nonprofit foundation, Keep Letting Them Believe, which aims to help underprivileged youth. Please welcome Kapri Bibbs to the hot seat. Thank you for being here and being on my hot seat.
No, I appreciate you for having me on. So
Absolutely. And let me jump right into it. You're not originally from Plainfield, but you did attend Plainfield North High School. Was it a culture shock transitioning to Plainfield from your old school, or did you find it to be an easy transition?
just for me moving from, where I was coming from, like Harvey, like more, I would say predominantly black areas and stuff like that, I definitely felt like, like bit of an outcast moving to Plainfield. You know what I'm saying? Just because the kids, like I said, they was wearing Aeropostale, they was wearing Abercrombie, all that other stuff at the time, and I ain't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I was on I was stuck in my them franchise boys type thing. I was wearing like white tees. You know what I'm saying? Like super baggy clothes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk the same as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wasn't on the same type of time. You know what I mean? That the kids that they was on out there, everything was kind of still like hunky dory, and you know what I mean? Like, it was like everybody still jolly, and me, I was like trying to like really get to the nitty gritty part of life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
That's because I had like seen so much at that time, but it was all good. It definitely was a change for the better though. For sure.
I think me and Bree felt like outsiders too at points, and we're from Plainfield, so I can imagine coming in from a different place.
Right.
People have this tendency or this misconception to think of jocks as being dumb, but you not only played football while at Colorado State, you were pursuing a degree. What did you major in and why?
So I originally started majoring in kinesiology when I first came out in college as a study of the human body. And I started doing that when I went to junior college, where I actually received my degree in 1 year. I got an associate's degree in 1 year. And then that's how I was actually ultimately able to transfer out and go to Colorado State the following year. I got there, and upon finishing like my associate's degree and my original science and stuff like that I had going for kinesiology, I was passing up class. I was going a little too fast for school at the time. So I it'd be cool if I picked up criminal justice too. So, I picked up criminal justice as well. And so that's why I kind of just studied in both of those, kinesiology and criminal justice. So I was working on my double major. So now I'm only have the one, but I'm going back again, and I want to, finish up school and stuff like that.
That's interesting. A lot of people dream of becoming a professional athlete, but it takes hard work, dedication, and also to some degree natural talent for the sport. They say that only 1 in a million will ever make it becoming a professional athlete. What was it like to be that 1 in a million and play for teams like the Denver Broncos, the San Francisco 49ers, the Washington Redskins, and the Green Bay Packers?
Honestly, I can't make this up. It was honestly the best feeling in the world. Just to know like everything that, not to see it and read about it, but to go through everything that I had been through. You know what I'm saying? And those are real scars and real, you know what I mean? Real things, perseverance, I guess I would have to say. And it definitely transformed me from seeing how you can make something happen, you know what I mean, and manifest something, and you know what I mean, want something so bad and go after it so hard and see it actually like come true just from like pure like faith and hard work. You know what I mean? Like it was a great notch to put underneath my belt, especially like me being at the age I was at the time,
Mm-hmm.
because it showed me everything was still possible. You know what I'm saying? And now I think it's even fueled me now in my life. Now I just want to do so much more. You know what I mean? Just because I have this like a weird high for like just wanting more. You know what I mean? And not settling. You know what I mean? And if I say I love something, I say I want to do something, like I know I can make it happen, and I know if I just put my work, you know what I mean, and effort into it, that I can make it happen. It sounds like real childish, but you know what I'm saying? It's real.
No, I think it sounds very truthful. I think that's an interesting way to look at things. In 2016, your team, the Denver Broncos, actually won the Super Bowl 50. What was that day like? And did you and your teammates feel a lot of pressure to the point where it wasn't exciting, or was it just completely an exciting day?
Honestly, it was a completely exciting day for me.
Yeah.
The practices leading up all the way up until Super Bowl, all that, you know, it's very serious. You know what I'm saying? Practice was real shut down. I remember them too, like the military people being at the top of the stadium and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like making sure like it was like no bad, like nothing bad would happen, and like nobody could like steal footage. The Super Bowl was like so you know what I'm saying? It was such a serious thing, you know, and just going through it and going through with the guys that I was going through it with, Hall of Famers and everything like that. It was amazing, amazing experience. You know what I mean? And I had amazing teammates and stuff. So just to go through that, and you know, the nerves is always gonna be nerves of playing football. It's just a game, and we reminded ourselves that all the time. It was just a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we obviously knew the outcome. You know what I mean? Like how we won, and you know what I mean? And there's no, after we did one, that's probably the most euphoric feeling you could probably, you know what I mean, get, seeing Betty fall and like everything. So it was amazing. Tears everywhere, people running crazy, just it was wild. Yeah.
We watched it on Sunday, Kansas City, and who was it? The Buccaneers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who were you rooting for?
I have a best friend on the Buccaneers, and another guy that I train with very closely named Shaq Barrett. He was number 58, the outside linebacker. I went to college with him, but he's a very great friend of mine, one of my best friends coming out of college. And then we played together with the Broncos for 3 years too as well. I was happy to see everything play out the way it did with the Bucs, because I was happy to see him get ring number 2.
In 2016, your former teammate Colin Kaepernick started taking a knee during the national anthem in protest to police brutality. Some have said that this caused his career to be blacklisted by the NFL. Do you think he made the right choice in what he decided to do?
Honestly, I have to go on record to say that that may be like one of the biggest things in my career I felt like I kind of wish I had done, was take that knee. I think it was a pivotal moment in everybody's career, for the people who decided to take the knee and people who decided not to. Because a lot of people who did decide to take their knee doubled a lot, you know what I mean? Doubled a lot of backlash, lost a lot of money, lost a lot of endorsements, you know what I mean? And even for a guy like me, I was undrafted free agent, like a fourth string, you know what I mean, guy trying to come up behind like 3 other millionaires. You know what I'm saying? These guys are raking in way higher money than me. So in that sense, in the business level, you kind of can get the sense that I wasn't really a liability. They can get rid of me at any time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With my little measly $400,000 after taxes, they didn't care about that. They would have cut me in a heartbeat. But me and even my family, we all were, you know what I'm saying? We all knew how pivotal the whole moment and the movement was, you know what I'm saying? Because it did stand for a lot, you know what I'm saying? At the same time too, for guys that were in my boats and my shoes, we also knew the business side that came with this decision as well. So I wish I had took that knee with Colin, but I'm happy he did. And you know what I mean? I think he's happy that he did. He took the knee. But at the end of the day, you know, it was one of the biggest moments of football history, and I don't think that moment should ever want to be taken away from anybody. You know, even if somebody did, I guess in a quote, in a sense, sacrifice, and there were plenty of guys who did.
You're also a talented rapper. You've released several songs under the rap name Just Kapri, such as "Do It All." I don't know how to say this one. Is it Sankamina?
Tankemina.
Think of me. We love that one. Floor
Yeah,
and Fast
yeah.
Forward. A lot of people like your music and your songs, and you're getting a lot of play on like YouTube and social media.
Mm.
When did you start rapping, and where do you hope that this music career will go?
I started rapping around 3 years ago. I really started rapping honestly like when I was a little kid, but I recorded my first track 3 years ago. But I love rap since I was a kid. Football kind of came into my life around like sixth, fifth grade. That's when I first started playing professional sports. But when I started playing, started getting a lot of recognition for it. When I first started playing, by the time I got to high school, I had started getting some full ride scholarships to go to inner city schools and stuff like that around Chicago. Was playing for the Dalton Bears and stuff like that. And that's when we kind of knew. I was like, all right, I'm pursuing football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
guess, you know what I mean? I guess I'm pretty good at this. You know what I'm saying? And then my mom ended up moving us to Plainfield, so I didn't have to go to a private school by myself. So I had a lot of brothers and stuff like that. So we just try moving to Plainfield and going to public school, and that's what we tried. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, I think it worked out for the best. I think it was the best move of my life. I'm happy that I was able to get out of, you know what I'm saying, out of a lot of situations and stuff that I was in at the time. I think it would have had shaped me into a completely different person. But only thing it did, moving to Plainfield, I guess it just showed me, you know what I mean, a different side of life and a different, to mingle with different types of crowds of people. You know what I mean? So it was a good thing.
That's great. Who are some of your favorite rappers?
Favorite rapper? I'm gonna have to go with Lil Wayne, Kanye West. I love the way Wiz live. You know what I'm saying? I like his lifestyle. I like the way he keep it real. You know what I'm saying? He always been the same person, never switched up. I like that. I like his perspective. I like the way he went about his music career. So I throw Wiz in my top 5. I like Drake too. I think Drake is a good guy. I think he's one of the good guys of the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And he also makes great music. So Gucci Mane too. Gucci Mane in there. So
obviously, with being a professional athlete, there comes fame, for better or for worse. What are some of the craziest rumors that you've read about yourself online?
Oh man, I've read some crazy rumors. I think everybody kind of deals with something when they go in professional sports. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody always get one of those things, or somebody always, you know what I mean, does their best to what's in a way defame or any other type of way in that type of sense. But I had a situation where a kid, I was online, I was talking about God and a whole bunch of stuff was going on. And, I was talking to other viewers about God, and he had hopped on there and he's just making some weird remarks in the comment section and stuff like that and saying things, about God. And I had joined him into the live, and he started being a little disrespectful, you know what I mean? So I pretty much had told him, I'm like, hey, look, bro, all right, I get what you're saying, but you're going to burn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told him, like, look, it's cool to be atheist, you know what I'm saying? It's cool not to believe in God, but it's not cool to laugh in the face of other people who do believe and talk down on it. Like, if you don't believe, that's just you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't get disrespectful with it, because then, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're doing more than having an opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things I had to deal with. I don't think I probably definitely could have handled it better, but hey, it is what it is. I'm a real type of guy, and I don't like to. If I can't be real with you, then I don't. That's probably not gonna go. That's probably not gonna go too well.
Let's be real. You have a lot of haters for a lot of obvious reasons.
Mm.
How do you deal with haters?
Haters. Honestly, like. Hey, hating is honestly like, it's a full-blown job. Like, it's a full-blown job. Like, people don't understand that you gotta wake up in the morning, you gotta brush your teeth first. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta like go grab that face rag and throw it over your face, and then you gotta pull out your phone. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta pull out your phone, and then you gotta start typing to people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just start hating on them. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a full-time job. You feel me? Like, that's like something that like it takes a lot of time, and I understand the commitment that like my haters have. You know what I'm saying? So like I never want to discredit them. People always gonna have something to say. You know what I'm saying? And people are always gonna look at your situation and not look at it as the real situation you're going through. They're gonna look at the end. They're gonna look at the beginning and the end. What's the name it starts in? What's the name it ends with? You know what I mean? And if it's good enough for them to defame you with it or give you credit for it, that's what they're gonna run with. That's one thing I've learned about even from football and like just doing things professionally. Hating is something that you just don't get around. Don't ask to own a grocery store because somebody's gonna hate you. Don't ask to do anything that's not foot level base that you don't want to be judged by. Because if you do anything that's knee high, people are going to judge you for it. Anything that you do that somebody's going to judge you for, somebody's going to have another opposite way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's one thing I can't really get too caught up in, because like I do, and I live my life the way I've seen it. You know what I mean? In the way I feel like it should be lived, and told my truths and told everything that I feel like I need to say, and been unapologetic about it. And because I feel like there will be other people who walk in my same footsteps. And last thing I want people to feel like is they're going through stuff alone. You know what I mean? So with me being who I am and being from where I'm from, people would think like, you know, I'll be like immune to a lot of hardships, immune to tough times and stuff like that, because I've seen so much, been through so much, and persevered through it all. But this stuff, it recircles in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff comes around, hard times come around for everybody, no matter how good you're doing or how bad you're doing. It's going to be hard times for everybody. So that's why I just try to stay humble and just kind of keep giving people the game, even when I'm going through my hardest times. Like, I tell people, like, okay, I'll let you know about my hard time, because I want you to always see me smiling and always see me happy, and just thinking, man, this dude is always happy. This dude's always winning, always shit on it. Yeah, like, no, I'm not even trying to do that. I'm just being transparent. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm happy at the time, you're going to see that I'm happy. You're going to see all that, because like, that's what I'm moving like. That's what I'm happy. If I'm down, you know what I mean, and I'm sad, then that's what you seeing. You know what I mean? That's what you witnessing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the cool thing about my fan base too. Like, they go through their, like, you know, things with me too as well. So
you're very much into politics, which I think is amazing. I think more young people should be into politics as well. And I know that you were a Kanye West supporter during the 2020 election. And even though he didn't win, he did get quite a support, which a lot of people were surprised by. Do you think Kanye should continue to stay in politics? And what are some of your reasons for supporting him?
Honestly, tell you the truth, my real reason for supporting Kanye West is because when you watch a guy like Donald Trump, and you watch other guys with the records, and even Biden, I'm sorry, he's our president now. You know what I mean? I don't mean any slander to the Biden, to the Biden supporters or Trump supporters. You know what I mean? But just in a general sense, when there's been resumes for people to step forward and to guide our country and to lead our country in positive ways, and in ways that can help motivate everyone. With Kanye West being a president or a potential president, he promotes individuality. He promotes people to do and see better things, and his stances and outlooks on the world can be portrayed for us as human beings in another person's eye, because that's what you see when people become president. They try their best to almost in a way see our country ran in a better way. They come through and they make those changes in order for us to live a certain lifestyle, or even if that's for the rich being taxed or the poor not receiving health care or anything like that. Those all play a part in these presidents and how they look at this country being ran. If they feel like it's unfair and unjust, you know what I mean? They bring light to those things and they make it fair again. Right. And I really can't think of another fair person than Kanye West. That was just my bid on Kanye, because I just feel like he had that potential to come through and do what was fair. Not probably what we all seen as the Star Spangled Banner and what we all have been conditioned to believe in, like the American dream. You know what I mean? The American dream is different now because it's not ran by racist people anymore. Dreams of Black people being powerful and being more presidents, more Black presidents, more Black doctors, more HBCUs getting more fundings, more funding for these kids that's walking to school every day. When we go to Plainfield and everybody has a different bus for every different block, but you go to Chicago and kids have to ride the city bus to get to school, or they have to walk 2 miles to get to school. And that's ridiculous to me, because this is not America's dream. This is not even to the smallest things of how we can be fair. We're not fair. We're getting better now, but there's literally so much more, so much left to do. So I think just with a more peaceful person in office, not a militant, a fair man is what we need right now in office.
You spent a lot of time during the summer of 2020 supporting the Black Lives Matter movement and bringing awareness. to our small and predominantly white town of Plainfield. There was, of course, some backlash bringing that awareness here, but there was also a lot of support for it. Why did you
Yeah.
feel the need to bring the Black Lives Movement to Plainfield? And can you tell me a little about your Keep Letting Them Believe coalition?
So I originally wanted to do the thing in Plainfield because I just seen the ties of the world and how everything was just forming and everything was moving. And I want to originally just go back to where I was from, and that was Harvey, and just be like, okay, let me start something here. Let me, you know what I mean? And the first thing I thought about was, their problem over here isn't really race. I was raised in those areas where we were always loving and giving and caring to people who came in, white, black, Mexican, whatever. I knew about black communities and how loving they were. And a lot of problems that people see are personal. You know what I'm saying? But just being in Plainfield, I noticed that there was hate for other reasons. You know what I mean? There was hate for a lot of other reasons. Not because people were in bad, you know what I mean, bad conditions and needed money. People were hating on people for skin color. People were hating on people for having more money or a little bit lesser money. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just it was the most pathetic sense of hierarchy. Just come from a place where I came from to see fakeness and see stuff in the blink of an eye. I just knew it was perfect to bring it there in Plainfield, because there does need to be more of a light shed on what people are going through. The eyes on you too. Like, be better in this community. Be better everywhere. Because people are watching. People do care about how you treat black people. People do care about how you treat people that's less than them. People do care about how you talk to your local, bagger at the grocery store. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be smooth, be loving, be caring at all times, and be accepting of this new wave of this new world that's coming into play. That's why I think it's a big thing to have it, in Plainfield. And as far as Keep Letting Them Believe, that's my nonprofit organization that's been running for 6 years now, going on 7. The group people that we've had just new recently, just really been founded, really a lot of new founders. I've been running this thing for so long by myself, just being like this little secret Santa in a way. Yeah, I guess I call it in my own way. And I'm just showing up to schools, and, if it's Thanksgiving time and Christmas time, we come and we supply Christmas, Thanksgivings, turkeys, everything to people for holidays. And as well as, it's to Keep Letting Them Believe foundation. So we also like to keep letting people believe when it comes to foundations such as football, basketball, sports, extracurricular activities that parents can't generally pay for or something like that. We try to set up a funding, or even if it's a way for them to get back and forth, you know what I mean, to do whatever they got to do. We try to set up a healthier way for that, so that kid can achieve that goal.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
I got new music on the way with Sony Music. I just dropped a song called Fast Forward. It's out on YouTube right now. So my music career is very important to me, as well as football. I love both. They both were literally like my water, my food, in life. They got me through life. So I love music. I love creating it. And I appreciate, anybody who's ever supported me and always been there for me. So you as well, you included. I appreciate you too for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I look forward to all our stuff we're gonna be doing with Keep Letting Them Believe and all that stuff too.
Thank you. I look forward to it too. We're glad to have you back here. We can't wait to start up again.
We definitely gotta do some brainstorming and stuff like that. So this little coffee house, I definitely want to do this thing. I don't want to let the people in too much.
Oh, yeah, on what we're doing and what we're working on.
Yeah.
Well, Kapri, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on the show. I will probably see you soon. Like you said, we got to get together and discuss some awesome ideas.
Absolutely. Let's get it. It's nice talking to you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
All right. You too.
Bye.